I am Jacqueline. I was healed. Now I'm ransomed, longer than I was healed. But graduate of Hancock Central High School, 1976. And before I read about him, I want to tell you all that during the time we were in school, elementary school, high school, our teachers were something to know. Yeah. They were so well respected. They dressed well every day. Yes. And they always looked real good every day to me. Yes. And then I was so honored yesterday to be able to meet one of my teachers, Miss Warren, and I told her that the skill that she taught me, I was able to go on and work for the federal government for 33 years, retired, and I took those skills all the way, still using those skills. Yeah. And I really appreciate her for that, and I never forgot her. She was one of my favorites. But I want to read to you all about a young man that had a lot of influence in all of our lives. Yes. Even the ones that was born after he was gone. But and it was a very great year because it says his name is, and I'll use Mr. because I like to use a handle on these great people's name, Mr. Marvin E. Lewis. Before 1973, no Georgia county had a black superintendent of schools. Mr. Marvin E. Lewis Sr., amidst racial tension in Hancock County, won the election in 1972, defeating our superintendent, and a lot of you all know his name. I remember him well also. But Superintendent Lewis won in January 73. He became not only the first black superintendent of Hancock County schools, but the first black superintendent of schools in the state of Georgia. Mr. Lewis stated in an interview, it was a difficult time for our black children in the mid-1950s because Hancock County schools remained segregated. He stated that the Hancock County Board of Education, which included 5 white landowners, closed the school in September. Anybody remember that? So that the black children would be available to go and pick cotton. Mr. Lewis stated that it was difficult to convince poor black children that they could be anything that they wanted to be, but that changed. And we know we got a lot of educators that came from Hancock Central High School. Mr. Marvin E. Lewis Sr. served in this position until his retirement in 1995. The Georgia School Superintendents Association created the Marvin E. Lewis Sr. Trailblazer Award for Georgia. And the award is given to superintendents who serve as a majority of underrepresented superintendent in a school district in the state of Georgia. Mr. Lewis passed away November 24th, 2002. And we salute you, Mr. Marvin E. Lewis, for the betterment and the advancement of education for the children of Hancock County, Georgia.